Here, can I stand still? He's waiting. Okay. Hello, oh, here. My appearance. Hello. So, this is Princess. She is 14 years old. So, she might be in and out of videos, as she always does. Having my coffee. So, TGIF. Thank goodness it's Friday. It's been a very long week with back to school starting on Tuesday, um, and the stresses that I'll incur with that, and doctor's appointments on Tuesday after school. I have been exhausted. I know. Oh, don't you growl at Peter. He's not doing anything. Princess. She's like, oh, she's growling at Peter. He doesn't like Peter very much. He bugs her. So Peter has claws. She doesn't have claws. That's how we got her. We didn't do it. But Peter comes and wants to play. He's like a dog. Um, and Princess is old, and she just wants to be left alone. And Peter's like, "Hello, how are you? You want to play?" It's like, no, I don't want to play. She's like, just leave me alone. It would be fine if he didn't he comes up sometimes and comes and lies near her, and she'll stop growling at him when he's like lying down, especially if he's asleep. She won't growl at him. It's just like he's like a perpetual 2-year-old wanting to play. And she's like, I'm tired. I'm old. I don't want to play. And she's gotten crusty in her old age because she never used to really. Well, she didn't like necessarily sushi when we first got her either. And then she tolerated her. And when we got her, she was the second cat when we had Smokey, our old cat, who passed away when she was 19 or 20. She was 20, and my other cat before that was Patches, and she passed at 19. So we have a good long track for cats. Except Sushi passed when she was 9 or 10. I have to look at the date. Um, but now she's going to go off and hide somewhere. Maybe go to my bed or Rowan's bunk bed, because then, or no, she's going to the basement, so she's going to go down to the couch downstairs because then he'll not bug her. um, so this week with school, it's been tiring. Getting everybody back in the rhythm of um, getting up in the morning at a certain time, because all summer only Jeff had to get to work, and he arranged his schedule that he tended not to get as early. Like, yes, the alarm went off at 6:30 every day, but he didn't leave till 8, sometimes 7:30. But now everybody has to usually be leaving late. Abby has a spare first period, so she doesn't have to be at school for 8. She is the one that is usually the latest. She had to be there for 8, so it takes 40 minutes from here. So she was leaving at like 6:30. The buses never came, and she ended up being there just on time. She doesn't like being that close. She likes to be really early. And then she had classes the next day starting at 8. And yesterday was classes starting at 8 as well. I think so as well. 8 or 9. Today she has classes starting later. Um, I think her class starts 10, because she left later. Like, she left close to 8 versus leaving at 6:37. I think she has classes starting at 10. Good morning, Amanda. And then she's done her classes by 2. Yesterday, one of her classes that was supposed to be on Tuesday, all the classes were canceled because of orientation. But the teacher that had a class then said that she was rescheduling it for Thursday evening at 4:30. So she had a huge gap. She had 4.5 hour gap between her end of last class and the new class. But at least that's not going to be an everyday occurrence. Um, just this week, and this week the classes that she's had have let her out early. So she's like, if it's a 2 hour class, it's been let out an hour and a half. So she's like, I'm bored. She's texting me, I'm bored, because they haven't really assigned any work yet. Considering the books she ordered her books for the courses, find what the book is going to be hasn't clarified yet. The other books she's ordered and they haven't come in yet. So it's like, I don't know what type of work um, she's going to be expected to do, considering there's no books yet. But it's been more of, I guess, a get to know you type thing. But with that, it's she's been tired, and everybody's been going to bed early, like before 9 o'clock, which is very unusual, considering we tend to eat supper at 6:37, or sometimes later, depending on either when Jeff gets home or sometimes the food's not quite ready yet. And but lately I've been trying to make sure supper was done earlier. Hey, hey, Peter, stop it! Come here. See, he was like, "Hello." He was just chasing her. She's the one that's going round and round. She's hiding underneath the table right now. Peter's away. Come here, Peter. You come here or leave her alone. But yeah, I've been exhausted. I think just the mental fortitude of getting everybody ready, starting lunches for Abby. Rowan has been either grabbing stuff to bring with her. Yesterday, she didn't grab to be done at before noon, and ended up being there till 6:30. She did grab something at school, but she's using she's an adult now. She's using her own money. Um, Today she grabbed stuff because she was going to be there from 10 till 2:30 or 3. So she grabbed us something, and she grabbed something to eat before she left. So while the other days she's been leaving so early, she hasn't had time to eat anything. Um, because nobody in my family likes to wake up and eat right away. They like to eat like an hour later. So speaking of eating, so these are the peaches that I got in my last grocery haul. Um, there was about 4 of them that were starting to get bruises, so I cut the bruises off and I cut them into slices. Super juicy and sweet. Um, this year I'm not going to can peaches. I canned peaches um, last year and the year before. And I found that the texture of my home canning peaches was a little bit softer than the store-bought canned peaches. And my family, some of them have texture issues, and they preferred the store-bought ones because we just eat it as a dessert, canned peaches in a bowl. You know, very rarely do I bake with them or make a peach cobbler or that. The princess has just gone to the chair. Last couple of peaches I got, not that sweet. Maybe so. Well, these are Ontario peaches. Um, so Southern Ontario has really great growing for peaches and pears and apples, like apples everywhere in Ontario. But Southern Ontario, and they also have grapes. They have actually like a wine country down there near the Niagara region that are Niagara wines tend to compete at the high level, like the French wines and the California wines and all that stuff. There's actually an ice wine company from Niagara region that's really nice. I love the sweet wines. I'm not a big wine person, But I figured I cut these yesterday. I'm like, well, I'll eat them today as my snack. This morning, I made myself some cereal, some Frosted Flakes with a banana. I want to use up the bananas because I still have 4 bananas from my grocery haul that are now just starting to get just ripe. So nobody else has been eating the bananas, and I like a banana on my cereal. Nobody else likes a banana on their cereal, but they just like eating a banana, but they haven't been in the mood. So it's really opening my eyes doing the shelf timber. After doing a bit of a grocery haul, like I just picked up a few fresh things, like a very small one when we got back from vacation. Uh, and just keep opening my eyes of what my family is actually like. They say they want this, but then are they actually going to eat it? Right, Princess? Wow. Also, if you put fruit next to, I think, a banana or an apple, it helps them ripen faster. Princess, you don't like peaches. They're peaches. They're not food that kitties tend to like. Yes, Princess did say yes. Princess is very opinionated. She's a bit grumpy because Peter was bugging her. And Peter has bells. So whenever she hears the bells, she gets like stressed out. Right, Princess? You gonna say hello? These are peaches. They're not kitties though. But Princess liked when I have cereal, if I pour cereal in a bowl, she comes running. She thinks it's for her. So this morning when I was eating my cereal, she's trying to eat my cereal. I'm like, no, you don't like the cereal, just like the milk afterwards. I give her the leftover milk. But then she doesn't even finish it all. She shares it with Peter, and then Peter will have some, and then he leaves her some milk too. Maybe. Hey, maybe. How's it going? Oh, she's purring now. Yeah, oh, she likes that. So, still have this cough. It's a really just dry, annoying cough. Um, to the point that I'm going to have to. This weekend I have to do a couple of things. I will have to purchase a few things for Abby's elimination diet because we have to eliminate gluten and onions and garlic and stuff, which I've been looking at a lot of sauces and the stuff I have in my cupboards, like the bouillon and stuff. And they onions and garlic are in like everything, and eliminate milk like lactose. But she can have cheeses, so so she'll be happy with that. So all the cheeses she can have that she likes. Um, I have to find. I'll have to pick up some lactose-free sour cream for her for baked potatoes. Because she likes putting sour cream on baked potatoes, but she can't have unlikely almond milk and stuff. I know because she likes almond milk, and it tends to be cheaper. Um, and she's not, and they're not, and she's not a big milk drinker. This almond milk would be more for making smoothies. So she'll probably be having a lot of strawberry smoothies for breakfast without protein powder, unless I can find. So I'm gonna go with Bulk Barn and maybe find a small amount of pea protein powder, like a vegan one, so that she can have that. Um, because the problem is with her stomach upsets, we were giving her Boost almost at least 2 to 4 times a week, on days that she didn't eat well. So that to be kind of guaranteeing her I think it's 10 grams of protein and so many calories, and just the calories and nutrients that she would get from eating. And it's not that she's not trying to eat. It's just that whenever she eats, or when she doesn't eat, she has stomach problems. That's why she's doing this elimination diet, right? Even though she's been tested for celiac or lactose intolerant or that, it's all come back negative. That's been our thing, but it's been going on for so long. It's been now a year, and we still have, and we've just found all the things it's not. So with this diet, it'll eliminate all these things that she's already been tested for that she's not allergic to, but maybe she might be sensitive to one thing in the group or one type of something. Maybe she is sensitive to garlic or onions, because I cook with it all the time, and what I've been finding is all these different sauces and stuff, and everything has it in there, like steaks, like even spice mixes, has either garlic or onion in it, and also like all the fruit snacks have apple, so that apple's another one that she has to get rid of. So I have to go and purchase some school snacks, because I looked at all the school snacks that I had, which I had. All I can say is thank goodness I didn't go out and buy a whole bunch of new school snacks. These were all left over from June, that I had previously bought. Over the summer, we tend not to use the school snacks unless we're going to the beach or something like that. And we didn't really do that except for when we were on vacation. And my kids know not to eat school snacks when it's not school time. It's hard, especially when they have no idea. Exactly. Hi, Nintendo 2009. How's it going? Long time no see. So this is why the elimination diet is so there's a bunch of vegetables and fruits that she's not supposed to have, because they tend to cause gas, or like the troublemakers for gas and other cramping stuff, which she doesn't tend to have. Like, so I've been looking at this diet, and the symptoms that it's usually recommended for, she doesn't have. She has other symptoms, but at least it's a way to kind of clear out her system, heal her gut, and then we can reintroduce items that she likes. Like, I think the hardest one that's going to be is gluten. So I'm going to have to go and find some gluten-free pasta for the next few weeks, and some gluten-free bread for toast or sandwiches, or like garlic bread, and just some gluten-free crackers. Like, there's one brand that there's two brands that I know that she likes. One's a rice cracker and one's from Costco with a whole bunch of grains. So those ones I can easily pick up. Like, the family likes them as well. I don't think the family is necessarily going to go on the same diet. I am going to try and do it with her when she's around. So if I'm making something for her for supper, I will also have it as well. And some things I might be able to do, I'm cooking for the whole family, and then remove her portion out before adding onions or garlic or something like that. So I'm not making, because I definitely don't want to be making 2 meals a day, like two dinners, 2 breakfasts, two lunch or whatever. I want to still continue just making one, maybe with some sides. So, or maybe making the main accessible to everybody, and have different sides, that there's one side that she can have and one side everybody else can have. But everybody else can have the side that she has too, if they want. The problem with that is making the whole family eat it, especially if it's a pasta dish. A gluten-free pasta, you have to kind of get used to, from what I remember. Like, I try it, and it was like it's a texture thing. And gluten-free pasta here in Canada is crazy expensive. One package is no, don't growl. He's not going to come here. Oh, no, Peter, leave her alone. He's just going to go. It's his nap time. Leave him alone. Yeah, the problem is my husband. Okay, he's the breadwinner. He's the person who makes the money, and he's the person that gives me the money to buy the groceries. So There has to be meals that he will eat. Otherwise, he'll be getting ticked off of why is he giving me money for food that he's not going to eat. He wants to be supported for Abby too, but also the cost of the pasta, like for example, gluten-free pasta for the amount of pasta that like he likes pasta or that it's going to be an expensive meal. Like so, and certain things I'll just make for everybody without onions or garlic. Like I think that's one of the ones that's going to be hard to do. I can use garlic infused oil, and I can use green onions like spring onions, the greens. I actually don't mind it because pasta just takes on the flavor of whatever the sauce is. True, and that's another thing is that like tonight we're eating up the tortellini that I picked up, um, and I'm going to be making. I was because it comes as a package of three. One package is not enough for my family to eat for dinner. Two packages is enough for my family to eat for dinner with some leftovers. One package is enough for me and the girls to have as lunch because it just doesn't seem to fill us up. Um, hey, puppy's breath, how's it going? So yeah, I want to make sure that everybody's kind of satisfied and happy, and I don't want to necessarily try completely new things for hubby, um, of things that he's not going to like. Like when I tried to do trim healthy mom and stuff. I did it for myself, and that was also gluten free, dairy. Well, no milk, but cheese and cream was allowed. It was like low carb too. And he liked some dishes, but he also craves his carbs. So he craves his breads, he craves his pasta, or rice or potatoes. Actually, he'd be quite happy with just potatoes. So, and that's what I'm saying. I have to pick up a few things because I looked at my cupboards as the kids' snacks. I don't have anything to grab and go to give her because honestly, what's hilarious is she can't have peaches. The canned fruit I have is peaches. Only thing I have is peach. Oh, and fruit cocktail, which is mostly peaches. The fruit pouches we have are apple sauce ones, either plain applesauce ones or applesauce with other fruits like mango, which she can't have. Also, apple she can't have, um, and vegetables too. I'm going to have to look for apple-free applesauce pouches or fruit cups. Like I know I can get the mandarin oranges and pears. Wait, no, I don't know about pears. I'll have to look if she can eat pears. But I know mandarin oranges she can eat, so I'm gonna pick up mandarin orange fruit cup. Hopefully some other fruit pouches. I have grapes. I'll pick up probably fresh mandarins or oranges. Um, but let's tilt this back up a bit. Not tilting down so much, but I was just tilting down to show you, princess. And I have to pick up some granola bars that she could eat. So ones with dark chocolate, not milk chocolate, and ones without honey, but they can have maple syrup, and without cashews or pistachios, because she couldn't have those nuts, but she could have all the other ones. And also just other like bits of trail mixes and stuff, so that she can have some snacky foods. Because that's like when she's at school, she tends to have a bunch of snack type foods, little bits of this, little bits of that, because of her appetite is not as much as it used to be. I mean, this is why we're doing this elimination diet. So, um, sending her with leftovers, making a meal that she can eat and then she enjoys, and sending her with leftovers, that she can eat up like a pasta. I think she'll like that. Also, I'm gonna make pho and sushi for her, and make pho from a homemade bone broth, um, for her. next week for lunches, and probably for supper one day. Like we'll have it one day, and then she'll have it for lunches, and have the broth separate from the noodles and the meat. And then she can just combine the two at lunchtime because she loves soup. So she's my child that loves soup. So there's at least that. I'll have to even look at the vegetable, like because her go-to thing is Campbell's vegetable soup, and I'll have to go and look at the vegetable soup to see if there's onions or garlic in it. It's like the weirdest things, I'm going to have to spend a lot more time when grocery shopping, uh, looking at ingredients. So that's why this weekend, or today, it might be today, I might go to the store and just shop on my own for a few things. But it's not going to be a huge amount of groceries to pick up, but it's more of like things to replace. Like last night, I made pineapple jerk pork with rice and baked tomatoes. No, not last night, but the night before. And I used the sauce, and the sauce had onions and garlic, but and I added more jerk spice, which I had made myself previously, and I have to go look at my recipe to see if there was actually garlic in there. There might have been, but it's going to be it's the only good thing is that I cook from scratch anyways, with sometimes some convenience of sauces. So making the sauces, besides using a jar, it'll add a few more minutes on my time or a few more steps making meals, which is fine. If this helps my daughter to figure out what causes her pains and her to just not eat the things that cause her pain, whether it's like a food group or whether it's an individual food, it's go it's it's a good thing because I mean she's wasted a year being ill, and I want to. And she's at school. She made it all 4 days to school. I mean, she missed the first day of the last period of class because she had doctor's appointments at CHEO. But she's made it to school. She has not called me at all for early pickup. She has not texted me saying she has a headache or is feeling ill. Um, and she's been coming home with most of her lunch that I've sent her eaten. So that's a good thing. And also, most mornings, three three out of 4 mornings, she had breakfast. Today's was yesterday's leftovers. Rice noodles are delicious. Yeah, the Vietnamese one. So she that's why I said she can eat Viet. So I think I'll be doing a lot of Asian dishes for the next 8 weeks because she will eat the Vietnamese noodles, like the rice noodles. She loves them. So that's what I was thinking: pho, rice noodle dishes, salads with the rice noodles. I'm hoping to try and get some crispy noodles that are gluten free because the current crispy noodles we have, like our the chow mein noodles, are not gluten free. So then she can have some toppings and stuff like that. And I'll make my hot and sour soup one day, probably next week, which I can make gluten free. Um, Actually, it's pretty much. I think it is gluten free as it is. Um, I'd have to make sure the broth that I use is gluten free and doesn't have onions or garlic. But that's why I'm planning on making a bone broth. I'm planning on getting chicken and make because I looked in. I have some bones in my freezer, so I'll make bone broth from that and veggie scraps, but not use the onions or garlic. So the celery, the carrots, and just make a bunch of bone broth, and then put that in the fridge. Yeah, she can have rice. So she loves that's so that's why she like I said, well, she can have sushi. So sushi has the rice. She can have the nori. She can have the fish. She can have the soy sauce. Because even the regular soy sauce that they say has can have gluten in it. She could have the FODMAP says it's fine. Um, but I can even pick up a small bottle of gluten-free soy sauce or tamari, which is also a sauce that we've had before. But when she eats sushi, she doesn't have soy sauce on it. She just eats it by itself. So she would enjoy that. And there's some Japanese sandwiches, which is basically with the nori, the sticky rice, and then some meat of either like a pork chop or chicken breast or salmon, like cooked or raw, or even just like I've seen it with even just deli meat or spam. A spam is another one that they put in there, and then rice, and it's like a sandwich. So the bread is the rice, like the meat part is in the middle with like lettuce and maybe sriracha mayonnaise, and then um, rice, and then nori on the other. So it's like a package, and you cut it in half. So she would eat that. Hey, Food Forest Permaculture. Hey, Howie, how's it going? So she can have spice. Spices is not the problem. The spices that are the problem on the food map diet are onions and garlic. Um, and I have to look at like the problem is I'm going to be looking at ingredients like and if something says modified milk ingredients, because she's going to have to be eliminated from milk, gluten. Um, she can have all nuts except for cashews and peanuts. She can have all cheeses, all the hard cheeses, like including mozzarella, because I thought mozzarella was a soft cheese. But she can have on the list. She can have mozzarella as well as brie and camembert, which she's going to love. And she's like, "But brie is expensive, Mom." I'm like, I have a brie cheese, and yes, it could fit into my budget. Especially if I'm eliminating some other things. If you're going to have cheese and crackers, meat and cheese and crackers for lunch, and you can have the brie cheese, well, I'm going to make sure you have it, right? Because I mean that's what mums do. Can she have tapioca? She doesn't like tapioca or rice pudding. Um, she likes the bubbles and bubble tea, which are the tapioca pearls, but she doesn't like tapioca pudding. Go figure. I don't know. I think so. I'll have to look at the app. uh, because the wrappers for spring rolls have rice, tapioca. Okay. Yes, because so I have in my freezer, I have spring roll wrappers as well as egg roll wrappers and wonton wrappers. I'll look at those spring roll wrappers and see if they're gluten free, because I mean we've made our own rolls and stuff too. So I think we can do that. And I think I'll be making you can have so she can't have most legumes and beans and pulses in large quantities. So I looked at, so on the app it says certain amounts, like she can have some kidney beans, but I think it's like a quarter or a fifth a cup of kidney beans for a serving. But that serving, so it's nice, is has to have at least 3 hours in between the times of eating. So actually it's encouraged for her to have a whole bunch of little meals versus just having 2 or 3 meals. And chickpeas, she can have, I think, a quarter cup or half a cup. Like I think a quarter cup is in the green light, and then half a cup is yellow, which is like on the verge. And then if you had a full cup, it's red. So certain things like hummus and stuff, since it's a small enough portion, she could have the hummus, but I have to make sure it doesn't have garlic in it. I'll just do it with garlic infused oil. So it'd be me making the hummus versus buying it. And same with avocado. So she can have a quarter of an avocado, um, but not a half of an avocado. But she's not really big on avocado. Sometimes for guacamole, but Okay. Live raw food is best for humans to eat healthy. Lemon and lime crushed in water will bring the human more alive, so to speak. Well, so what I've been doing with her this week is making iced tea. So I take Earl Grey tea in a big, huge 2-liter jug, 2 bags of Earl Grey tea, hot water, make iced tea. And then I pour that in her water bottle with ice, and I put a lemon packet because we don't like sweetened iced tea. I mean, we'll drink sweetened iced tea, but that's what my husband takes every morning. So that she's been having for school. Also, a bit of caffeine to hopefully maybe get her awake because she's been dealing with insomnia, and we're dealing with the alertness and the fatigue during the daytime. This is why also the elimination diet. So, but the problem is all of her, well, not all, most of her favorite fruits are on the fruits that she can't have. There are some, well, of the fruits that she can have, some of them she likes, not all of them. And only 4 or 5 of the vegetables on the ones that she can have, she likes. The bunch that she does like are on the can't have list. And the one like, like my kid won't eat squash or carrots, but she can eat all she wants of squash, carrots, or eggplant. And I'm like, or zucchini. She just won't eat those. Now, I can hide those vegetables. I usually do in sauces. So when I'm making my spaghetti sauce, I'm going to make a batch of spaghetti sauce for specifically for her that doesn't have onions and garlic in it. So it might just have garlic infused oil and the green onions instead. And these vegetables that she can have, I'm just going to puree. Yeah, I love just lemon and water too. I love lime. My husband doesn't like lime except for lime popsicles. You are making me hungry. I always I so in my thing I grab a coffee and a snack. I mean, I'm eating these peaches that I got in my last grocery haul. I 3 or 4 of them had started getting some bruises, so I cut off the bruises, and then I cut the peaches and slices and I put in the fridge. And they're super juicy and yummy. The no to process. Yeah, I mean, I already cook 80% from scratch. The other 20%, I look for sauces that are already made that um, make my life easier. But now that she has this and we're trying an elimination diet, I'm going to make those sauces she can't have. Like she loves Indian food and she loves Chinese food. So I can make curry chicken. I just make sure that there's no garlic. She can have ginger, no garlic, but use garlic infused oil. And if she wants like curry chickpeas, I just make sure that her serving is, I think it's a quarter of a cup. A quarter to a third of a cup is acceptable. And then if she's hungry again, then in 3 hours she can have another same amount. So she can have rice. Um, I don't know. I don't think she can have papadam because I was going to say, oh, papadam is the gluten-free bread, but it's made of lentils and she can't have lentils. So unless I can find one, a bread that's not, if it's made of chickpeas, she can have that. Soy on the nutrient package. The problem with fresh fruit is that it goes bad. As I was just saying earlier, I picked up bananas not this weekend, the weekend before ago when we got home. Like when I got home on the Friday, I went to the store. I picked up bananas. I have still 4 bananas. My family said they wanted a banana, so I only picked up I think about 7 in case the girls wanted a banana or 2. I like a banana on my cereal. I still have 4 bananas that are now just ripe. There's spots on them, but there's not spots on the banana part, just the skin. So if they don't eat a banana today or tomorrow, I'm going to have to cut them up and put them in the freezer. And to adjust my palate on the elimination diet. Help me. Yeah, so you had to do an elimination diet because it's called FODMAP. So FODMAP. It's an acronym for a whole bunch of foods that cause trouble with your stomach. You're happy to not be sick all the time. Hey Steve, how's it going? Long time no see. So feel free, Rosie, to message me some things that you enjoyed while on the elimination diet so that it helped your um that you enjoyed eating. Because I'm going to go to the store, I think today. Well, I'm going to go to Bulk Barn and go and check for some gluten-free pasta for sure, some gluten-free snacks for Abby for school, and pick up some because it's right next door to Farm Boy, which is a grocery store. That's mostly almost all fresh food. I will get checked there for a gluten-free bread and some mandarin oranges, and maybe and hopefully some gluten-free granola bar, like a gluten-free, honey-free, no dried fruit. Well, it could have some raisins or cranberries. Those are the only two dried fruits that she can have in it. Small amounts. So if it's on a granola bar, there's only going to be like 4 or 5 in there, like a tablespoon max. Um, and that don't have cashews or pistachios. You're here. I went and watched a few videos. Oh yes, Princess Girl. Yes. Considering she's like 14 years old and she weighs like 7 pounds, Peter is 5 years old and weighs well. When we got him, he weighed 12 pounds. When we were on vacation, we had somebody coming in and feeding her. We just started her on soft food, try and gain some weight. Because she would, we've always had free feeding cats, hard food, and soft food once in a while. But feeding her soft food, but then also giving him a little bit because he was begging for soft food too. Well, we came back, and I swear that Peter gained 2 pounds, and so did she. It was probably a problem. So we don't have dairy, especially the rich cheeses and milk. Oh yeah, Peter is gorgeous, but he's a little shit. He's I swear he's dog. He's not cat because he's like hello. Because all he does is bug her. He runs. So hi princess, can we play? You want to be friends today? And she's like rah, 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 rah. And she's scared. This cat is running up to her. He's not used to that. He's just a little to make her growl at him with him not paying attention or just lie down on the floor. Like so princess might be on the couch here, and he'll jump onto the couch and just lie down, going okay. I'm surprised Peter's not around because it's after 11, and he usually goes on his cat tree. He- um, Sometimes a bee too. I mean, she's a little shit too, but he's a little shit contributing. He's like, you know, when he hears anybody up, he wakes tripping hazard. He's trying to kill us. Walking down the stairs, he's like stepping on each stair where you want to walk. It's like, dude, like get out of the way. You're gonna get killed. All done. Um, Coffee. Where did you go, Howie? Well, don't forget to click the thumbs up. Princess is purring here now. She's like, I'm on my mommy's lap. I'm getting petted. She fed me some food. Peter's not around. So, with the shelf timber challenge earlier, so when I did grocery, I picked up a lot of fresh fruit and vegetables um, to prepare. So I got the ingredients for them if we didn't have them at home. What I've been noticing, though, just because my family wanted these things, they are not necessarily eating these things in a timely manner. So, good example, the peaches. I had 4 peaches out of the package that were starting to get bruised, and I had to cut the bad parts off and throw them in the compost. The bananas, I have 4 bananas that morning in my cereal, so they're not getting eaten. I have still half a bag of apples. Like I picked up 12 apples when I bought them. Abby's had 2. First one to open the bag, fridge. They're still in the fridge. They're perfectly firm and fine. Well, next week, Abby will have grapes because she could have grapes in her lunch and stuff. Went to the west coast of Vancouver. I was in Avatar Grove and was at the fishing derby in fishing for big fish like tuna. I was about 40 or 42 when I found out that tuna was not a small fish. I never knew that. I just thought, tuna's in a can, like salmon. Salmon store like a whole salmon. So I thought tuna was the same. But when we were on vacation one year, one of the excursions that you could do was deep sea fishing on a boat, and then they were, one of the fish that they were looking for or possibility was tuna. And I'm like, connected from where our food source is, that I didn't realize that tuna was not the size of a cat. It's the size of a person. And I'm like, oh, well, it's it's a thing. Same with some other. What other fish? There was another fish. Tilapia, I think, is still small fish. There's another one that's another big fish that you get at the grocery store. Oh, you're making banana. Yes, well, that was what I was gonna say. If the bananas don't get eaten, I will make some banana muffins. Maybe I could try and find a gluten-free muffin uh, recipe so that Abby can take it for school. Oh, have a great day, Howie, and be well. And take care. Yeah, in about 8 minutes or so, noon, I'm going to get off because then I'm going to go have a chance to go to the store, to the bulk barn, and do some shopping and not be rushed, and then come home before, and then that way I can get some things. I'll go with my little pink trolley and get things and take on the bus because I'm not going to be doing groceries again. Let me just see something here. My friend I do groceries with just messaged me this morning. Actually, it's right here. She messaged me her vacation days. On Thursday that week, I have physio to there. On Friday. Okay. And groceries. So let me see. She gets back on the 15th. Let's go look at the map. So I'll probably do groceries the 19th or the 20th. Again. So today I will go and pick up the gluten-free items and snack items for Abby for school that don't have any of the FODMAP ingredients on them, so that she can have free reign of those ingredients. I will also be making popcorn a lot because she can eat popcorn, and she loves popcorn. So we'll be having popcorn as snack jars to refill at Bulk Barn for a majority of the items. Yeah. So yeah, so I won't be doing groceries till the 19th or 20th. When is Thanksgiving this year? Let's look at Thanksgiving. I think it's the 13th. Hey Google, when is Thanksgiving in Canada this year? Well, you're yeah. So ours is on the Sunday is Monday, so we have Thanksgiving Monday and Thanksgiving Sunday. Um, and then or can it wait? Will it be 2 weeks till I can do groceries again? So I think I'll wait till the next time and I do my groceries before Thanksgiving to get my turkey. Because right now I have no room in my freezer for a turkey, for one. That's why I'm doing shelf temper to make room for a turkey. Freezer for a turkey after Thanksgiving because they tend to mark them down like half price. And especially after turkey is maybe Easter, and that's like 3-4 months away. So most people, like, I get really great deals on turkeys in the new year. Like usually New Year's Eve, um, I can get a turkey for dollars, versus spending 20. Because we had two other families coming here for Thanksgiving, and it barely fit into my oven. I had to put the rack at the lowest part of my oven, and um, and put it in the tray somewhere else. Now I want turkey. I love Thanksgiving. I love turkey dinner. My whole family. That's the one meal my family could eat leftovers that were the same. So we could have Thanksgiving meal, like turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, veggies, one day. Next day, have it. Next day, have it. Like we could have it 2 or 3 days of just that versus making turkey sandwiches, making turkey tetrazzini, making turkey casserole, that type of stuff. I will still do those things. A turkey meal. It's one of the few things that I don't have to repurpose the leftovers. Usually, I have to repurpose into something completely different. So, but it's noon, so I am going to head out so I can have enough time to ingredients, recipes, or that you think she might like for school snacks or school new curveball to, but I'm up for the challenge. I exhausted most days, but I'm up for the challenge. So have a great friends.